Samson and I are out for a walk. Yes, go play. I kind of wanted to talk a little today about depression. And I'm no professional, of course, I am not a doctor. But I have experienced depression several different times in my life. Sometimes for a long time, sometimes for a short time. And I think, in my experience anyway, there's several different types of depression. So I've been so depressed that I really couldn't get out of bed. I just wanted to sleep all the time. I had no interest in being awake. I've had the type of depression where I was just super anxious all the time. And I couldn't focus on anything. I had a hard time accomplishing tasks and getting through things because I just could not focus. I've had the type of depression where I just feel like I want to cry all the time. And it's hard to function because you're just so deeply sad. And you just have to kind of get through the days. So when I was pregnant with my second baby, I went to the doctor and was prescribed antidepressants. She said they were safe to take while pregnant. I took 2 pills and decided I wasn't willing to risk the health of the baby to take these, so I put them away. After Logan was born, then I revisited those and I started taking them again. And something that I think was really important for me anyway was I never knew that people mostly lived in this middle area. That they weren't always extremely happy, super happy, or deeply sad. That there were people that just were. They didn't feel that they had to be happy or sad all the time. They just simply went through their day and did their things. I didn't know that was a feeling. I had no idea that you could just be in the middle. I call it like neutral. I truly thought you always had to be happy or sad. So that's what I learned when I went on antidepressants. And over the years, I've gotten on anti-anxiety meds and different types of antidepressants, on and off of them, just to help me over a hump here and there. I've never felt like I had to continuously stay on them. I know that is the case for many, many people, that they get on them and need to stay on them. I really feel if you have deep depression and true deep anxiety, meds are the way to go. I'm a very natural person and I don't like to be dependent on medication, but the change that I felt, the immense relief that I felt when I was on those, when I was deeply, deeply depressed or extremely anxious, it's priceless. And if that's something you can't manage on your own, then I think meds are the only way to go, because how horrible to just live that way every day and be on the verge of always wanting to hurt yourself in some way when meds can just even that out for you, you know? And I know for some people it takes trying lots of different meds and it is exhausting. I know that. I know people that have gone through that, but I also have been around those people before they were on the meds, during the transition, going through the meds, and then finding the right med and the true joy that they have in life again. Do you have true joy every day and that neutrality or that extreme happiness every day when you're on meds? No, you don't. You're still going to have bad days. That's the nature of the human. We have good days, we have bad days, we feel great, we feel crappy. That's just being human. I did want to share a little bit of how I sometimes handle my feelings of anxiety and depression. And for me, I feel extremely anxious when I am surrounded by clutter. When my surroundings are dirty, like with real dirt, dusty, dirty, when my floors have stuff on them, when every square foot of my room that I'm in has something in it. In one of the rentals we lived in when the kids were little, There was literally something on every square foot all around the edge of the living room. Boxes, shelves, desks. I homeschooled, so we just had a lot of clutter. And when I figured out how to organize that clutter, and when I figured out how to put it away out of sight and only take it out when we needed it, things like that, it really helped my anxiety. When I'm feeling really down, going outside is really helpful to me. And sometimes all I can do, except all the energy I have, is just to sit on the porch on the ground. I just sit there, and that is very helpful to my mental health. Other times when I'm feeling extremely anxious, I clean. And something that makes me feel really relieved and happy is a clean bed. So I do wash my bedding every week. I would wash it every other day, but I did also pay some good money and got some really nice bedding, linen. I have down comforters and duvet covers, linen fitted sheets, linen pillowcases, and I want them to last a long time, so I'm not going to wash them every other day. But having a clean bed is huge for my mental health and for helping me sleep good. And does Angus sleep in bed? He does. And he does get the bed dirty, but that's why I wash it. So anyway, I clean, I do laundry, I keep up on my laundry, and I put things away because I don't like clutter. I find that the cleaner my environment is, if everything has a place, I'm happier. I can stay in that neutral zone. I don't feel super anxious as often, and I can manage my depression a little bit better when my environment is clean and tidy. So these are just things I do. I'm not suggesting you do them. I'm not saying this is the only way or this is the way to get out of something. This is just simply how I manage my ups and downs and my highs and my lows, and my anxiety, because I have very bad anxiety at times. Sometimes I can hardly function. But if I get up and I clean, I just tidy, I put things away, I just feel so much better. So I just thought I would share that this week as just a little tidbit or a little peek into ways that I manage my emotions and myself. I guess we all have to figure out ways to manage ourselves, don't we? One other way that I manage anxiety is I joined a local group of meditation gals. We meet once a week and we have a led or guided meditation by our fearless leader. We do several different meditations that she guides us through. She is excellent at choosing a thing. Like right now we're working on self-esteem. In different times of year we work on cleansing ourselves and our space, and there's just different ways that she can guide us through our meditations to help us in our daily lives. And meditation has helped me. It comes in so many forms. It's not just sitting quietly in trying to manage your thoughts, or viewing your thoughts as they go through and then allowing them to go on, or managing your monkey mind. It's not always that. The guided meditation I have found to be very, very helpful. Then she also taught us, of course, about our breath and doing breath work, and breath work has been really helpful. So one of my favorite ones is the box breath. So you breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, hold for 4. Another one I really like that helps when I'm feeling really anxious, especially when I wake up at night and have a little anxiety attack and I'm having a hard time falling back asleep, is the 4-7-8. Breathe in for 4, hold for 7, breathe out for 8. Counting it's amazing what it does for your brain, for your mind. So along with the breath work and meditation, I have also picked my knitting back up. For me to have something to do with my hands in the evening, when my husband gets home, he likes to relax and we watch TV and we stream TV shows or movies or whatever. And I am not the type of person who can just sit in front of the TV and not have something to do. I used to work on my computer, but then I just found that I was working all day and then all evening. So I could easily do a 16, 17-hour day, and I was doing it day after day after day. So I was getting quite burnt out. So I quit. Now when I'm done with my workday, I shut my computer and I leave it in my office. So anyway, I went back to my knitting, and something I really found so helpful, especially since now I'm more aware of my breath work and my breathing and counting, is knitting is counting. So it is so good for my brain. It really helps center my mind. It really helps me focus on my hands and gives my brain something else to do besides worry and think of problems. It's just, knitting has been such a lifesaver lately, and I do it. I love doing it on the weekends. I do it in the evenings. It's just one more tool in my toolbox of ways that I can manage my anxiety. And if I'm just exhausted mentally, just totally exhausted, it's so easy just to sit and knit. And sometimes, you guys, I don't knit anything. I just knit a square. I just knit, so I don't have to do any counting or paying attention to a pattern. I just knit a square, and then I unravel it, roll it back up in a ball, and put it away. One of my favorite things to knit is dishcloths or washcloths for the kitchen or the bathroom. I have this little book I got that is teaching me some really neat patterns, really pretty ones. And so I am combining my meditation, my knitting meditation with making Christmas gifts this year. So I guess I just let that out of the bag. Everybody's be getting washcloths from me. And the nice thing about knitting a dishcloth or a washcloth is that you finish it in an hour. So that is extremely good for my brain as well, to start something and then to be able to finish it. And though I have the tenacity to sit there and finish something if it takes weeks, if I can knit something for weeks, I can do that. But when I'm really anxious and having a lot of issues with how I'm feeling, my depression and my anxiety, being able to start and finish something in an hour or two is so good for my mental health and for my self-esteem, I think. We're studying self-esteem and meditation right now, so I think it's great. She said, our fearless leader was saying one way to boost your self-esteem is to set a goal and then accomplish it. And certainly by deciding which type of washcloth I want to knit and then sitting down and just getting it done, that's setting a goal and then accomplishing it over and over and over. I can accomplish many goals in an evening sometimes. So knitting has just been so great for me lately. I would love to hear from you about what it is you do when you're not feeling so great, when you're depressed, anxious, sad. What kinds of things can you do to get yourself out of the funk or pull yourself up out of the mud, as some people say? It would be great if you would share those in the comments below. And I just want to thank you so much for watching today.